Yeah,
you know what?
Flat soda as a whole is as terrible as a lot of the shit that happened this week.
Yo,
Hey,
sometimes
talk to me,
you
JP.
expect flat soda, but there's a little pop to it. There's a little pep to it. Especially,
no, cocaine.
No, sir, it's called the 80s, rearing and coming back. Sting having himself a match at Double or Nothing.
Jake, thanks for the host. I appreciate you. Talk to me, Mischief.
That's the game. Is when you're sitting there, you're like, oh man, this is gonna be some flat ass soda, and then oh, you're pleasantly surprised. Sting, Darby Allin out here making moves.
Wow,
yo,
I'm gonna give it up.
We
I'm gonna
cannot
give it up
minimize.
because that's well deserved. That's well deserved.
We cannot minimize how much Mischief should have popped. Because I mean, I remember a couple weeks ago, Mischief was here doubting what he can do. He was agreeing with me, which is something crazy because he usually doesn't. And
yeah, for real, I thought I was going dumb, but then I was like, no.
And then he surprises us. It was pretty good, man. I wasn't mad at it. Definitely saw more. Listen, that Stinger splash. I haven't seen it that good in a minute. It looked like he finally kind of woke up.
It was looking good. It was looking good. Not gonna lie, yeah, hell yeah.
You know what it is? The man stretched before the match. That's what it was.
That DDP yoga is doing it.
There you go.
Yo, but what we're really
I want to
seeing,
give you. Go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead.
Well, real quick, yo, what we're really seeing here is how I trust AEW, and Sting trusts AEW. He's been talking a lot positively about AEW, talking about how their atmosphere was like early Bischoff before he went nuts. It was like everybody is like clapping and everybody's like excited for each other and having a good time. So I think, yo, that rejuvenates you. And Sting ain't going out there to be anything but 62-year-old Sting.
Yeah.
Back.
Okay? He's not. He's staying in his lane. Because if you stay in your lane, you'll make yourself a very, very long career.
Absolutely.
And Sting has made a career of staying in his lane for the most part. WWE, yo, he got a bad break. He got hurt, but because he tried to do too much. Right? That buckle bomb is just not something you should be taking. I understand.
And that doesn't discount the fact that, it's not the first time Seth has hurt people, with a spot. Just saying.
Right.
Let me just remind y'all something too.
You can just ask Bret Hart about that. That's all.
You know what? You gotta also get a little lucky too, right? You gotta get a little lucky sometimes. And guess what? The fans played a good percentage of that match because the feedback live was the difference maker.
It was electric.
That we needed. And that's the confirmation, right? That was the confirmation we needed to see that Sting still has it. That was a great fucking match. Because let me tell you, that fan base gave me chills.
Now, here at Heels Positive Chair Shots, we only spit the truth, baby. We only spit the truth. And the reason why I say that is because we was definitely one of the first podcasts out here talking about the fact that let's give it some time. The fact that there's no fans plays a humongous role in the athletic output, in the energy, right? In the production you see in the ring. It definitely plays a role. Look at what the NBA playoffs have been this year. It's probably the best playoffs you've seen in some time. Because the Knicks were in it, and shout out go out to the Knicks for an amazing season. Terrible playoffs.
Oh, baby.
Terrible playoffs.
Oh, it's
just
all
like
right.
Happened this week.
That's how they wrote it. That's how they wrote it.
Amazing season. Looking forward to next year. But that energy is something different, man. And it motivates. Let's remember what a sport is, right? It's entertaining and amusing and enjoyable for not only the participant, for also the spectators. When you combine those two dynamics, baby, that's magic. You know what I mean?
You're right.
You got Mark Henry out here thinking, I got the magic in me.
I got the magic, baby.
Apparently, he agrees with the AEW vibe, just like Paul White does too. And to that point, I remember Old School came out here a while back when AEW was first popping off. And he mentioned this seems very WCW.
Oh, yeah.
The vibe, like NWA, WCW, like you can see it. And you feel it. If you watch the product back then, and you take a look at what's happening there, besides the inclusion of so much indie wrestling, let's say that, right? Because maybe NWA back in the day wasn't like that, but WCW damn sure wasn't scared to do it.
Nah, not at all. A lot of people had many gripes with that, but as usual, right? Back then, gripes existed, and now we're still here today, many years later. Talk to me, Mister.
Back, like, just about this old guy shit, real quick. Just You know who's become one of my favorite wrestlers recently? That's Morton. Ricky motherfucking Morton.
Okay.
The
Just recently though.
The engine that could. He's still going. And he's gonna give you a quality match.
Yeah.
Like, yo, he will wrestle a match. He's not gonna give you like acrobatics. Like if you think you're gonna go out there and see dives and shit.
When it's important, he will give you a Canadian destroyer.
Yeah.
When he can work it in. But yo, like he will wrestle you a good solid. You saw Aldis and Morton?
Yeah. Nah.
What a masterpiece.
Every match he's had in NWA has been pretty cool. And not for nothing, remember, he had that spot in AEW too. I believe it was at a Double or Nothing.
He got powerbombed through some shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and you know what I attribute the ability for him to still be doing it at that level? It's because he never stopped. Right? He fucking continued. He's been like, just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean they haven't been wrestling in the indies for some time.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Because they're lifers, bro. That's what they're gonna be doing. Like Terry Funk is still out here wrestling somewhere probably.
Yes.
He shouldn't be as 25 years ago. But
it's
in their nature, it's in their blood.
The magic,
the wrestler, baby. Watch the wrestler. That tells you everything.
The magic is staying in your lane.
Yeah,
staying in your lane.
Yeah,
yo, hasn't AEW been like the master of keeping people in their lane? In terms, you got Sting, stay in his lane, right? You got Shaq. Shaq came out here and we were like, yo, Shaq is impressive. Yo, Shaq stayed in his lane. He was booked perfectly. I mean, like you watch a Shaq match, you're like, oh, I can't wait. And then you're like, oh my God, like, I thought I was going to laugh at a lot of this, but it was solid. It was good. It was well booked.
And remember one thing, just like bringing in Shaq really wasn't about Shaq, though. It was about putting eyes to the future, right?
Right.
Grabbing eyes on the product. You know what I'm saying? Just like in WWE, companies that have made better decisions in the days, when they brought in Bad Bunny, it wasn't about the Miz and Morrison. It's about putting that spotlight on fucking Damian Priest, right? And it paid off. It has paid off.
Oh my God! What a rocket ship!
You elevated a talent, right? You elevated talent. Got eyes on the
talking about
product.
Priest today. Actually, he'd be a name coming up today if that didn't happen.
The body transformation for Priest, that post.
You saw that?
Steve, bro, back in the Indies, yo. Ese tipo la más comía
chicharrón. Le gustaba los Happy Meal.
Rock.
07 Damian Priest looked like Umaga.
Yeah, straight up. So
was that really him?
Body now, yeah,
that was him.
Yeah, but the crazy part, look at his body now, right?
Yeah, man.